Jeremy from Ember Keepers is joining me here on the program. Jeremy, how are you, bud?
Very good. How's it going?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for joining me today. Hey, a question's come in about chimneys. You guys know something about that at Ember Keepers, correct?
Yes.
The question is why is a cap important for my chimney? We're not talking like a baseball cap. We're talking about a cap. I have one on mine and I love it. So, why is it important for people to have a cap on their chimney?
Well, the important thing is to keep rain out, of
Mhm.
course.
Mhm.
Animals, debris, things of that nature. Of course, also, in the event of a fire, they shoot out the top. And so, another thing is a spark arrestor, the screen. And so that way sparks don't jump out onto your roof and then catch fire there. Um, but really, yeah, that's the main purposes.
I'll tell you one great thing about it, and you brought it up. It keeps the pests out. You don't want squirrels or raccoons or someone's cat coming down the chimney. And some chimneys are bigger than others. I have seen the stories where a thief has tried to go through a chimney like Santa Claus and get stuck. Uh, and if a person can get stuck in a chimney, that means many animals could get into your house through that chimney. Have you seen that happen before where someone said, "Oh my gosh, there's a bobcat in my living room"?
Yeah, well, no, nothing that major. But one thing to keep in mind is Santa Claus has magic.
Uh,
So that's the important thing there. He winkles his nose, and so that's the important part of Santa Claus, why he can't do it. But um, it depends on the system, right? And so a traditional masonry fireplace, they have pretty big flue tiles because a big opening,
mm,
vent, and so it depends on the system. But a traditional system, they're pretty big. But yeah, you you do see animals from time to time get in them. Raccoons kind of fall in them sometimes and can't get out. Squirrels,
mhm,
like a
yeah,
nest in them. But important in the southeast where we are is chimney swifts. What
mm,
there are is a federally protected migratory bird species. That's a mouthful.
yeah.
But, um, what they are, they nest in chimneys, and you can't get them out until they go back to Argentina. Yeah, so that's pretty inconvenient.
Unless you light a fire, then they're smoked out, and, but you're not supposed to do that, right?
Right, yeah, no, they're protected, so the EPA says $10,000 fine per nest, so they take it pretty seriously.
Yeah, I can see that. Sometimes bats will be in your chimney, so you have to be careful of that. So it really makes sense to have a cap on it. And for those of you who don't know what a cap looks like, um, it's generally made of a metal substance. Aren't they often kind of like a shinier color? Maybe you could have a black version too, but kind of a chromish looking product.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a really good point. There's all different kinds of materials. Of course, the ones you buy at Lowe's, kind of low quality. They're only made of steel.
Mm,
They'll eventually rust and then it'll run down your chimney. And so we don't even deal with those. But that's an option that typically people get from big box stores. And then what we always recommend is a full coverage cap. It's kind of a difference between like a hat and an umbrella,
mhm.
rainstorm, one that covers the entire chimney rather than just the physical vent itself. So that's typically what we recommend. And then, of course, different materials. You can do stainless steel, you can get it powder coated, you can do copper, and of
Mm.
course, lid types. You can do anything you can imagine. One thing I don't recommend is those like wagon wheel style, I call them, where they just come over like that.
Sure.
They don't allow a lot of cross draft, and then like we were saying, animals like to hang out there, and it makes a nice little comfy place if it's not screened properly. So,
Yeah. Hey, this has been awesome. All of Jeremy's information is located in the notes of this podcast. So there's no excuse to reach out to him and learn all about your fireplace and the cap that you might need. He can square you up with that. He'll get it all done. Thanks, Jeremy. I appreciate it, my friend.
thanks for having me.